My name is Totem. I am Ogallala Lakota. My tribe is located in Pine Ridge, South Dakota, the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. I spent my adolescence in a town called Manderson, also Rocky Ford and Evergreen, South Dakota. And then I spent most of my adult life in the cities, and I have been raised in the Native American culture, and I'm explaining this video on the sacred pipe in my own perspective. I'm not a medicine man. I cannot give you an Indian name. I cannot run your ceremonies. All I'm doing is giving this to you so that you have an opportunity to learn this in a different perspective, from a different view, which is mine. Someone who's lived both on the reservation and in the city. Even though I'm making these videos, I will never use any of my actual ceremonial items, and I will never take pictures of my ceremonial items, because I've been taught this by every medicine man and every traditional elder that I've grown up with who have taught me about these ways. That goes for sweat lodges, that goes for sun dances, any religious, spiritual, ceremonial grounds. You won't see any of that, any of those images in any of my videos. This video is to help explain aspects of the sacred pipe. My target audience for this video are urban tribal natives who have been disconnected from their tribes, disconnected from their culture, from medicine men, from elders, from spiritual leaders, who don't have the opportunity to learn about the sacred pipe from someone inside the tribe, inside the culture. My second target audience is non-native people who are interested in the culture, who have respect for the culture and want to learn more about it. Third target audience is academia, people who are studying the culture, the ceremonies, and want a different perspective or different angle so they can get a deeper understanding of what they're learning. This here is a fake replica prop sacred pipe that I bought online. The reason I bought this was to specifically use for this video. I have been taught by the elders and by my grandmother and by medicine men that I know that I should never take pictures or video record my own personal sacred items or ceremonial grounds. So that's why I purchased this replica pipe, in order to be able to explain the sacred pipe to you and actually have something to show you for an example. And that's what this is right here. If you noticed, I call this the sacred pipe. That's my English description of what this is. In Lakota, which is my tribal language, we call it chanupa, which basically just means pipe. The mainstream American culture, people, and basically a lot of the rest of the world call it the peace pipe. I have never heard a medicine man or a traditional elder or anyone who grew up in the culture actually call this the peace pipe. Let's say, for instance, the tribal native culture was actually the dominant culture in the society, and we as a people labeled the Bible the peace book. And the popular mainstream culture also adopted that name, and instead of calling the Bible by its proper name, started calling it the peace book, and it caught, and everybody else decided to call it that as well. And that's basically how this became the peace pipe to mainstream America and other people abroad. So the sacred pipe, I'm explaining the purpose and the function of the pipe from my own perspective. So as I explain this, it might sound a lot different than what you've heard from other people, but I'm basically explaining what I have gathered, what I've learned that the purpose of this is. The pipe is actually an energy conductor. It's used as a tool to carry our electromagnetic energy brain waves to the spirit world which is also another plane of energy. The way it works is you say a prayer or you have a thought, which becomes energy, becomes a brainwave, and you say that prayer and you pull in some smoke out of this pipe, and you picture yourself taking that energy signature, that thought, that prayer, and bundling it up and placing it inside the smoke that you pull into your mouth. When you take in the smoke, you don't take it into your lungs, you just take it into your body enough so that you could take that thought, that prayer, and turn it into a bundle that you're actually, just picture yourself taking that thought and that prayer and putting it inside the smoke that you have in your mouth, and then picture yourself releasing that smoke into the air, and picture it like you would a cloud with lightning and thunder inside that cloud carrying across the sky. And it's carrying that energy signature, that message that you're sending to the spirit world, which is, like I said, another plane of energy, because our spirits are energy. And that is the purpose of the pipe. The pipe is loaded with tobacco. We do not smoke marijuana in ceremonial pipes. That's not attached to the culture or to the sacred pipe, just so you know. That's a misconception that I hear from a lot of people, which it's actually sacrilegious to use drugs with your sacred pipe. This sacred pipe is used for carrying your prayers to the spirit world. It's not used for leisure. What I was also taught about the pipe is when you carry a pipe, you treat the pipe like a sensitive relative. What that means is you keep it away from drugs and alcohol, you keep it away from negative energy, you keep it away from negative people, you keep it away from yourself even if you feel yourself in a dark place or you're being negative or you're being toxic. You also don't use this in a superficial way, put it on display for money, things like that, because you want to keep the energy positive and spiritually beneficial for you and others who are also sharing the use of it with you. If you carry a pipe, it's usually given to you by an elder, a medicine man, or a traditional relative. Some people make them themselves. If they do make them themselves, it's usually under the tutelage of a medicine man or a spiritual leader or an elder. This one here, like I said, I bought it offline, and it's actually a prop. It's not even a real sacred pipe. So it's never going to be blessed, and it's never going to be used in ceremonies. When you're storing this, when you're not using it in ceremonies, you take it apart. It's usually in two parts. This part right here is usually the pipe stone. This part here is usually the wooden pipe stem. If you're using a soft cloth or felt material or soft leather, and then you wrap it in that, and then you put it away in a hard case so that it doesn't get damaged. A lot of people, before they put these away, they smudge them, which means you burn sage or cedar or sweetgrass or a combination of the three, and you submerge the pipe in the smoke in order to saturate it with the essence of that smoke from those herbs. So this is basically a general explanation from my perspective. So you know.